And welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the 5 best Wotlk farms right now. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Okay, so today we're going to be going over the 5 best Wotlk or Wrath gold farms that you can do right now. Now, that being the case, let's just jump into number 1, which is the Dwarven Dice Farm. Now this one can be located either within Icecrown or Dragonblight. Yes, you can get these off the Scarlet Crusaders or the Scarlet Onslaught, and this is primarily a rogue specific farm, only specifically for rogues because you'll be using your pickpocket ability. What you'll be wanting to do is turn invisible and going around the area as such, located on the screen right now. What you'll be doing is just pickpocketing all of the mobs, and once you're done, if they have not reset their pickpocket, kill them, and then they'll respawn with fresh pickpockets to do. This farm is definitely one of the ones that I do enjoy doing the most, and this is because it's very much a lazy farm, because you're not actually really interacting with anything all that much. You're mainly just pickpocketing stuff while you're invisible, and by the time you've done a complete route of the entire area, you'll be able to pretty much just finish all this all up. Now, aside from all of that, if you're wanting to know how much it's actually valued at on your server for your time, actually have that added into WorthIt under farming, under toys, because the Dwarven Dice is actually a toy that you can actually sell on the auction house. Now this one is one of the ones that actually tends to go for the most gold, so hence why I've actually put this dice on our list besides the Worn Troll dice, which can also be found in the same zone of Icecrown. Other than that, let's move into number 2, which is the PYGMY SUCKERFISH farm. Now this one can be located within the Howling Fjord, and primarily this is used with alchemy, well, in conjunction with alchemy, to make the PYGMY oil. Now this one can be actually sold on the auction house flat as a mat, or you can actually craft it into the specific oil for additional gold. Other than that, this one is a fishing based farm, and this actually goes for a hell of a lot of gold. And I was originally actually told about this farm by one of my Discord subs, and basically they messaged me in game saying that to go ahead and do it. Now after like 4 weeks has been passed since they actually mentioned it, I think it's right to actually start mentioning it right now. Now this actual oil tends to go for quite a bit of gold, and it does have a fairly good sell rate on it. Aside from that, the PYGMY SUCKERFISH actually has a great sell rate considering it's from Wrath, and actually goes for a decent amount of gold overall. What you'll be doing is just by going around the entire area, up and down the rivers, and there's no preferred route, so to speak. Just follow the rivers and you'll find the PYGMY SUCKERFISH nodes. That's probably the best way you can do it. However, you can farm this up statically, but the amount of the fish that you're going to be getting is few and far between, because you'll be getting ones that aren't that valuable overall. So what I'd recommend is just trying to find the nodes and fish it up in that manner. Now, coming in at number 3, we have the Titanium Ore Farm. Now, Titanium Ore, I bang on about this farm quite a bit, but it's the most reliable farm I've ever known, and by all the servers I've ever played on, I've always gotten my initial gold through Titanium Ore. That is because it sells rather fast. Aside from that, it comes with Saronite Ore, which also sells really well, and an array of different things, because I can use that to craft into a mechanized chopper if need be, and craft it into a mount that sells quite well, or I can actually sell the mats flat on the auction house for a sizable amount of gold also. Combined with my Alchemist, I can also turn the Saronite bars from the Saronite ore that we're mining to actually create more titanium bars to actually sell on the auction house, and subsequently craft that into titan steel bars as well to actually make some more gold. So other than that, what you will be doing, well, you'll be wanting to take a route, and to be honest, I've actually put the route into WorthIt. The best route that I found is already within WorthIt, where it actually gives you an approximation on how much gold you're going to be making per hour from this initial farm. So I'd highly recommend checking that out, and if you don't have the routes add-on, you will not be able to import it from WorthIt. Just FYI, that is something you may want to actually consider doing. Aside from that, this is probably the best and most reliable farm I've ever known, and to be honest, it's just my go-to farm if I have nothing else to do aside from farming. That is because it's a reliable gold farm and the materials sell really well in the grand scheme of things. You can also use the materials to make different types of transmogs along with blacksmithing. But aside from that, that is the Wintergrass farm at number 3. Now coming in at number 4 is a very unconventional one, but this one is the JORMUNGAR Scales farm, and it is located just on this on the map right now. What you'll be wanting to do is head all the way over to Storm Peaks and kill all those Jormungers. They drop these scales called JORMUNGAR Scales, and they are pretty awesome to sell. Basically, they have a slower sell rate. It's around about the same as Devilosaur Leather, so if you've sold that in the past, you've kind of got a good idea on how fast it will sell. Aside from that, it is used in a wide variety of different types of transmogs, and not only that, it holds a very strong gold per hour overall. This is probably one of my most favourite farms in order to do, and that is mainly because the high gold per hour, it sells moderately fast, and it can be used to make transmogs as well if I don't feel like selling the materials flat out on the auction house. So you have an array of different possibilities of actually doing this, and alongside that you also get a load of borean leather along with this farm. Aside from that, this one is not located within WorthIt, and it will be coming into WorthIt as and when the updated version will be coming about. Aside from that, that is the JORMUNGAR Scales in at number 4. Coming in last on our list, who can actually forget this one, and that is Cobalt ore. The best actual zone for farming up cobalt ore, in my opinion, is Borean Tundra. However, you can farm this up in the Howling Fjord, but the one that I'm going to be specifically talking about is the Borean Tundra. Now, aside from that, this is pretty much my most favourite one to actually farm up, and that is because cobalt ore actually sells for a high amount of gold. It has a 1-to-1 ratio when smelting, so we don't have to do any funky math with it, and you can basically just see which one sells for the most and then just smelt it if it is worth more. And also along with that, it is used in order to craft the necessary cobalt bolts, which can sell rather fast as well to make the mechanized chopper. Now, considering that the bolts are just a bit of a hassle when it comes to crafting or farming to craft the mechanized chopper, a lot of people actually do rely on just buying those off of the auction house. So what you could do, however, is by mining up all of the cobalt ore, turning it into bars, turning it into the bolts, and then selling those on the auction house for a premium. What you'll be wanting to do for this one is just following the route on the screen right now and just farming up cobalt ore. This one is also added into WorthIt under mining. So from that is pretty much all I have to say for the 5 best Wotlk or Wrath gold farms. What do you think is one of the best gold farms for Wotlk at this moment in time? I'd like to hear your suggestions down below. Aside from that, have a lovely rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. If you want to support the channel and help make the channel even better, then why not check out the Patreon? Members get additional info, gold making resources, and Patreon specific content. The link is located in the description down below. Thank you and have an awesome day.